Are you looking to get a new reptile and you're wondering where the best place is to get a new reptile? And also signs to look out for when getting a new reptile? Well, if you stay tuned, I'm going to tell you guys just that. My name is Nick Pulaski. Ever since I was young, I've had two passions, wildlife and filmmaking. My goal is to combine those two passions to make wildlife content. My passion for wildlife and my collection of exotic species is constantly growing. Come follow along as I pursue my goals of educating, inspiring, exploring, and conserving wildlife, all while having fun, seeing the beauty of our natural world. So in today's video, I'm just going to go over things that are going to help you guys find good quality animals, and also getting into where are good places to get animals from, as well as the warning signs that you guys have to look out for. That's going to be covered. Now also too, I wanted to go over that it's important to do your research. No animal, no matter what it is, whether it's a dog, a fish, a gecko, should be just impulsively bought. You always should do your research and make sure that it's a commitment that you're able to take on. So that's something that you guys can do at home. Because at the end of the day, you're not doing yourself a service by not doing your research, as well as you're not doing the animal the service of not doing the research. And they, at the end of the day, will suffer the consequences if you can't properly take care of them. So first and foremost, after you did your research, where is a good place to start and get your reptile from? And there's a few different options. Ones that I personally highly recommend to begin with are reptile shows. Now reptile shows, they should be local in your area. You just have to look them up online. Now for example, for me, I got a lot of exposure for reptiles through reptile shows, for example like the Cleveland Reptile Show, which I've gone to my whole life. You meet a lot of like-minded cool people there, as well as you meet some incredible breeders and see a lot of unique different species, and you can ask all the questions you want there, as well as some breeders will even let you handle some of the animals, which is really helpful and cool to get you some experience and get you more comfortable. So yeah, reptile shows normally will have an abundance of people with high quality animals. Now it's not just about the animals at these shows, you'll also find supplies there, as well as supplements and food. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for everything. Now for someone that's just starting off and they're just starting to get into reptiles, I think this is a really good opportunity for you guys to get some exposure. Think of it like clothes shopping. I personally don't like going online to get my clothing because sometimes I don't like the feel of it or I don't like the fit of it. And that's the same thing with this, because you want to be able to ask those questions in person and you want to be able to get that exposure handling the animal so you know if it's going to be a comfortable fit for you. Make sure you check out your local listings for reptile shows near you. Now if there's any reptile shows near you that you personally recommend or that ones you discovered, make sure you leave them down in the comments below so you can help other people out that may be local to you. Now another great place to go is your local reptile store. It can be another perfect place to be a one-stop shop for you guys to get your reptiles, your supplies, and your food items. Now I'm going to go more in depth about this later, but when you go to these kind of places, you want to make sure that you're looking around at not only the health of the animals themselves, but also the conditions of their cages, as well as the condition of the store, as well as the knowledge and the helpfulness of the staff. That's all things that are going to come into play. And if everything checks out perfectly okay and everything looks good to you, these are the things that make these kind of shops reputable to other people. So make sure you check the reviews of these places as well. That can also help you deter from bad places to good places. Bad places meaning that just don't put enough care into the animals themselves and they're just in it strictly for the money, as well as they're not in good conditions of cages, or they're just not well versed in care. Those are going to be warning signs right off the bat that this just may not be a place to get a reptile. And it'll help you just make sure that you're making the right choice of where you get your reptile from. But yeah, these stores can also be great in helping you make the right choice and getting the proper reptile. And if you have any local reptile stores near you, also leave those down in the comments below to help other people out. Now the last suggestion that I have is going online. Now with online, it's a little bit different in my opinion. I don't recommend it for beginning reptile keepers, and it's because of what I said before with the exposure and everything like that. I think it's a little difficult to actually tell if that's the right fit for you if you're not actually seeing the animal in person. I think it could actually change your mind if you see the animal in person for the first time, and it could intimidate you a little bit more or make you realize maybe this animal isn't the right one for me if you're just getting the animal shipped to you and it's the first time you're handling it when you buy the animal. I think that could cause a little bit of problems, but sometimes it can also work out too, just my warning. Now online in the past has been great for me in terms of selling animals as well as buying animals, and I've learned so much information doing all that. It's been incredible. But other people have also had some bad situations. And with that being said, it's not only doing research about the animal you're getting, it's also doing research about who you're getting it from. And I highly recommend not giving any of your personal information out to anyone. Make sure you check reviews. That way you can best avoid being online scammed. Whether it's people through fake accounts or if they're lying about a certain animal, those are things that can arise and they could be a problem for you. I've heard horror stories of people getting animals shipped to them that weren't even the right species or anything like that, as well as people that have actually sent their money over and they haven't received the animal at all. So it's just things you have to make sure you're looking out for and you're not getting scammed. So like I said, to prevent these measures the best you can, make sure you do your research not only on the animal itself, but on the person you're getting it from. And while we're on the topic, what are you doing? You're being so silly. And while we're on the topic of who you're getting your animal from, it's important to know the knowledge of this person as well as their trustworthiness. And what I mean by that is, do these people know the species well enough to help you guys if you have any sort of problem, as well as if they know the species well enough that they're taking proper care of them as well. And trustworthiness can go hand in hand with this as well, making sure that the animals are up to quality health and not having any signs of sickness, as well as making sure if they didn't breed this animal, who did breed them. And it's also good to double check and make sure that the animal is captive bred and born and not wild caught to prevent any problems. And knowledgeable even in the sense that even if you get the animal from them, that they'll stay in touch with you if you do have any problems or anything like that, just so they can help you out. I always recommend this, even if you're getting an animal from them or not, to pick up their business card if they have one available. That way you can either do research more on the person and the company, or you can stay in touch with them if you have any questions or if something goes wrong, or if you want to recommend them. But it's nice too because the breeder will know what the animal is like, what the animal needs, and what the health status of the animal is. Now say that you found the animal that you've wanted and everything is going well. I also recommend if you're at a reptile show or at the store to also make sure you look at all the other animals there. Now your animal may not be showing any signs of problems or anything like that, but there may be other animals that are. And if that's the case, this may not be the right person to get from, because this can start raising questions like, oh okay, my animal isn't showing visible signs of being sick or having problems, but there could be underlying problems if the other animals are showing them. Because if they're displaying those animals for sale and they're not actually quarantining those animals somewhere else, that could show problems. And that should make you question if you should buy from them. Now, for example, I have actually been to shows where I have seen these problems come up, where, for example, the animals were either malnourished, and they just weren't looking good, they were looking rather sick, but they were being put up at the show to be sold. And that raised questions for me. Is this someone that people should actually be buying from? And the biggest unfortunate thing that I've seen at a show is I've actually seen a dead gecko on a table amongst all these other geckos. Now, it's just the one gecko that was dead, but I did actually call him out on it and told him that the animal was dead. And honestly, that's just something that should not happen whatsoever. Like, first and foremost, it's not fair to the animal, and also it's not fair to you if you're coming up and you're not sure if you should get from this person, whether or not. So like I said, just be cautious of those kind of things, because unfortunately those things do happen. Not everyone at a reptile show is like that. There's very few people that are like this, but you just have to be cautious and do your research on the person as well as the animal. So inspect the animal, ask questions to the breeder. All of those things will help you out in the long run. Overall, I hope this video helped you guys out. I know at this time of the year there's a lot of hatchlings coming out, or that have been out and they've been growing and developing, to go to these reptile shows and to go to these reptile stores. So I just wanted to help you guys make an educated decision if this animal is right for you and if that breeder is right for you. And with reptile shows on topic, I am going to be attending the Tinley Park Reptile Show this fall. So make sure you subscribe to my channel as well as follow me on my social media so you can stay tuned for all that. And if you're able, attend the show. It's going to be a great time. There's going to be so many incredible breeders there. A few of them being my friends. I'm so excited to see them as well as connect to some new ones. It's always exciting going to those things and collaborating with a whole bunch of different people and seeing some of you guys there as well. That all makes it better. So stay tuned for that. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you could do me a couple favors, if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. As well as if you'll check me out on my social media, I'm always posting on there. And be sure to share this video with a friend, whether it's their first time buying a reptile or not. And again, I hope this video helped you guys out, and until next time, I will see you guys soon.